Well, hello everybody. My name is Daniel Martinez and I am the creator of ADHD Philosophy. Today, I'm going to be talking about what to do when life sucks. I mean, I'm just a regular person and I'm just going to speak, I guess, from my own experience. And that's just to see if, anybody out there could, like, when I was going through my sad times and when my life sucked and I didn't know what to do. um I searched for, like, why my life was sucking. So basically, number 1 was I questioned myself. That's, like, one of the main concepts of, I think, of all philosophy, to be honest, of all of life, to be honest. Um, because why are you sad, you know? Why does my life suck? That's just one of the first places I started. Um, so was questioning, why does my life suck? You know, why does your life suck? Do you know why? Do you not know why? Do you know why? You know, shit. I don't know. You know, I can't sit here and tell you what's wrong with your life because I don't even know you. But why do you think your life sucks? Um, or like, does your life just not suck? Does it have like no meaning? Or does it still have meaning? You're perfectly fine in life and you don't need to get better. What do you think? What do you want, you know? Because if you're looking to make your life better, you have to be willing to change something, because if your life is like not good, then like you have to change something. You see what I'm saying? You have to, because if you mean you don't have to, but you can't, then you can't complain that your life sucks. Um, you know, you have to. I mean, because I've just been personally told my whole life that life's gonna suck. Life sucks. Okay, I get that. So I'm gonna do my best to not make life suck so much. So what can I do? What can I do? Well, then you start learning about how one thing I started learning about was the power of belief. That if you don't really even believe that things can be better, or you can be better, or life isn't going to suck, or life just is always going to suck, whatever you think is probably going to be what's going to happen. So if you think life's going to suck all the time, then it's going to continuously suck all the time until you're just like, I don't want to believe that way. Yeah, I get that that's the way life is, but I don't want to believe that for the um this isn't for the greater good of my life. Whatever is happening to me, or the way life is happening to me all the time, even if nothing's happening, some people will think that that's like that's scary when nothing. Sometimes that's scary to some people when nothing's happening. That's why some people, they like the chaoticness in their life, because that's what makes them function. I used to be that way, trust me. I liked it because it made me feel like I had purpose, even though life was just constantly just like not very, it was just it was chaotic in the sense of I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And every day was just, I don't know, I don't know what I was gonna do, you know? Like, and that's not a very good way to live, because when bad things happen, or a bad thing happens, you have nothing really to fall back on. If you're doing nothing, you have nothing, you know? Because if you have nothing, it's scary. You have no hobbies, nothing you love. You're just living to, you don't even realize like you're a person and you have feelings, you know? Um, you start, in my opinion, you asking yourself questions is such a good way to bring awareness to things that you're doing you don't want to do, and things that you, even ways that you're being treated and you don't want to be treated that way anymore. Oh, forgot to take that mic out. It's not even connected. It's due to this mic. But yeah, you know? So, what do you even think that you could do for your own life to make your life not suck so much? Sometimes it could be so simple as just even changing the mindset. Telling yourself that it's not gonna suck. Telling yourself every time you tell yourself, "It's gonna suck, this is gonna be bad. Oh, it's not gonna happen." Just be like, "Okay, even if I tell myself that something good will happen and something bad still happens, like, I don't know, that could be disappointing." That could actually, like, I guess, be worse because it could make you, like, disappointed. But if eventually, like, something good will happen. And then that's, like, just a little spark that sometimes you need to give yourself hope, eh, you know? Not gonna lie, that's why I personally am a supporter of, like, psychedelics, because I've just heard so many stories of people committing very violent acts and taking something so small, like this big, to some shrooms or even, like DMT and ayahuasca, like, hearing people go from straight up gang banging to learning how to be peaceful. I think a great example is like Mike Tyson. Just hearing that dude's story is so simple, and you're just like, huh, he's learning to get touched in more with like a feminine side. And do not, I, my view and take on masculine and femininity energies is so much different than other people's, in my opinion, just because like it has nothing to do with your gender or anything. It's just the it's just like, putting a category, just putting it in a category, in my opinion. That's the way I do it just because it helps my brain grasp things and concepts much easier. Even at work, we use male and female parts, so yeah, I don't get why it has to do why it's so, like, like, people are so mad. But yeah, so yeah, that's another thing is like, sometimes when you think your life sucks, sometimes it could be just because you're just mad, bro. Some people are mad, and if you're mad, I don't want you to be mad because it makes your life suck. It makes your life suck. You can't That's obvious in my opinion. You can't convince me that you're happy if you're sitting there yelling at me, bro. That doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I yell, but I'm not mad, and if I do yell out, I'm mad, you'll know. You don't have to question it. People are like, I don't know. And there's only, like, 2 things that make me mad, and that's my dogs using the restroom in my house and, telemarketers. Because, dude, how are you gonna steal money from people? And my dogs don't even make me that mad because to a certain extent, I do understand. They're animals, bro. They're not like as conscious and aware as us as humans. So it's understandable. But um in my opinion, that's something that really helped make my life not suck as much as being is patience. Because for example, like, I mean, yeah, it sucks every time your animals use the restroom, but I think in my opinion the best modern modern problem, it's not a problem, it just makes everybody mad, that I personally see is when people are driving. Bro, people are mad when they drive. Oh, Jesus. And if you're probably one of them. And if you are, like, why are you so mad, bro? If you really needed to get there that quickly, just leave earlier. Just leave earlier. I don't know. Yeah, I get to my job late sometimes. That's my fault. I'm not gonna blame traffic. Because then they'll just like the owners or bosses will just be like, "Why didn't you just leave earlier?" You know? I don't know. Yeah, I think taking responsibility sucks, but it gives you so much power because then you're like, "Okay, I'm gonna change this." Or you just take the responsibility and you're just like, "Okay, I'm not gonna change anything because." And I'm not saying you have to change your life. N- Everyone, no, I'm just saying for the people who have a sucky life and who are trying to not have it suck anymore, because everyone's being told, like, be happy, don't have such a sucky life, or make the best out of your life, live in the moment. They're telling you all these things, but no one actually sits there and tells you how to do it, how to actually, I guess, be more aware, actually be more here in the present moment. What yin and yang means and all, like, uh just, you know, just different sayings. Sorry, there's just so many sayings. My brain's just getting kind of overwhelmed. But I don't know. And that's what kind of frustrated me. So that's why I kind of created this whole podcast and philosophy, because what I can't sit here and tell you what's gonna make your life better, but I could just ask you what you think your is gonna make your life better. I can give you some ideas, and then you can spend time, applying them, or I could give you like ideas to read books, new ways of life for you to apply and try to see if this makes your life better. Um, but it doesn't have to be some big change. Some people think I want you to really understand that and take time to spend more time trying to understand that when you sit there and try to picture yourself completely changed, you're probably gonna dis like put um you're gonna take steps back more than steps forward, because you're gonna overwhelm yourself most likely, because every time you mess up, you're gonna be all like, oh man, I messed up. Oh, you're gonna get hard, you're gonna like rag on yourself. And dude, you got to understand, it takes time to change. No matter anyone you see, I do agree with a lot of things Andrew Tate says, but there is a moment in your life where you're just trying to change, and that's what ADHD philosophy is for the people who are trying to change because they don't like their life. They think their life sucks. There was a time where I thought my life sucked and nothing even bad was happening. Nothing was harming me physically, maybe emotionally, but I learned how to be more driven by my by what would I say? I guess strength more than emotions, because yeah, emotions are cool and they're needed, but they're not like they're cool and needed, but sometimes they're not factual. They're not sometimes. Sometimes they don't make sense. And those are the times where I was like, "Fuck, I don't wanna be just driven by my emotions all the time." That's what this is for. You can sit there and tell me how important emotions are, and I get that. And there are times where I had to invalidate my own emotions, but I was like, "That but that I'm it's once you learn, I think one of the best ways to not take things personal is when you learn about projecting. Because when you learn about projecting, you don't take things so personal. So think people can then tell you things, and then you're just not mad. And so you're not just, why'd you tell me that? And you're angry. You know, it helps you really just be like, okay, a lot of things people do, nothing has anything to do with me. Nothing. Then you start to really focus on your own emotions, because if you can master your own emotions to a certain extent, I personally believe this, you can manipulate people to a crazy, bro. It's crazy in a way that you want to actually manipulate them. And you can think that's bad, but I mean, if you I think a great example is like people like debating all the time, but so many people argue emotions, and sometimes that's not like it's it's only good when you're trying to better your own self, in your own life. But even to a certain extent, emotions. can be the thing that are just holding you back. That's what I'm saying. Emotions are weird. They're different. I'm just saying they're not always right. They're not. Sometimes they are. They're right. But you got to pay attention to them. Even the bad ones. People think like you can't pay attention to the bad ones. No, the bad ones in my opinion are the most helpful if you've learned to really like tune them. Like when you get a bad vibe from somebody. Like you are subconsciously picking things up, or you are just experiencing subconsciously like another trauma. Which one is it? That's why I say that you got to learn how to question yourself and figure out which one is it. Which one is it? Because which one is it? I don't know. Only you know. You, even to a certain extent, I've heard that you can experience a trauma so hard, something so messed up in your life that your brain just blocks it out. So you might not even know. That's scary to not know. It's scary to not know, especially not knowing about yourself and your own reality. But yeah, so, you know, once again, like, I'm not trying to hate on anyone, but this is just for the people who want to be better. Um, this is not for people who are like depressed. Because when I was depressed, nothing could save me but myself. Nothing. And it just took the simple, what could save me is be allowing myself to be saved by either myself, or sometimes people need a God. Sometimes people need a family, a community, you know? And I'm not saying that's bad, but I just wanted to choose something that I will know that will always be there with me till I die, and that was myself. My parents won't, my girlfriend won't, my dogs won't, and I love them. I just got myself, and I don't really believe in God. And if God is real, then I could say I do believe in God, but that goes into another talk about what is God then, because everybody defines God in the way that they personally define God. So I could say I believe in God, but that would be in my own way, not in your way. Not everybody believes the same way as you, and I personally understand that. That's why I tried creating ADHD philosophy, because everybody's way of life is different. Every there Some things make people happier than others. Some people suck to some people, and some things don't. That's the same thing sucks to another group of people. It's just weird, man. Like, so this is all about learning how to question yourself. I mean, unless I personally, I guess, unless you're a psychologist, psychologists are pretty smart, I guess, because statistics, and then they can start basically, I guess, guessing about your personality. I'm not a psychologist. Just a regular person trying to encourage you to be better by questioning yourself and answering those questions, deep questions. But then you get to the part where you're like, what questions do I ask? And even I struggle with that sometimes. And I think that's cool, because that's where it gets kind of spiritual with me, is because you can use psychedelics, you can use meditation, even just finding a way to go deeper in your mind and getting a true answer that really doesn't involve much of your feelings, because once again you are projecting your own feelings to yourself sometimes. Like, I think the best example, because I've done it, is when we're getting cheated on, but we don't want to accept it. Like, we know it's true and we feel it every time we look at them, but we don't want to believe it. That's hard, but once if you can figure out a way to just that's the hardest part though, is figuring out the way to like tell yourself that. It's hard. Um, that's why I depending who you are, I don't think psychedelics are for everyone. No, I don't encourage psychedelic use or anything. But if you're gonna do it, be careful asking yourself questions on that stuff because you might get answers that you aren't ready for. But if you want the truth, that's a great way. Depends on how much, that one saying in that one movie with Jack Nicholson. You want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Or the same ideas like with aliens, and they can't tell the population because we'd all freak out. There are things you can't tell yourself because you'd freak out. You couldn't handle it. There's sometimes that's why things do happen and we can't handle it sometimes. It sucks. But if you can learn to, like I was saying a while ago, your brain learns how to like block out the trauma. It's crazy. I just believe your brain is so much powerful than what people even believe, than what I even think and have been keep getting told. And I don't know, because just the progress I've been able to make, just being able to ask myself questions and learning how to really not be scared of I was just so desperate that truth outweighed m- what I was feeling, because I was just desperate to be better, that I was just like, you know what? There's nothing gonna save me. No one's gonna help me. No one can even help me because I'm not even helping myself. Even if I believed in God and I wasn't doing, I didn't even go to church, but I believed in God and stuff. Like, why would God help me? I'm not even trying to help myself. I'm not, like, straight up. I was just laying in bed, and I get that's how depression works. But I was just like, fuck, I don't want to be this way. I don't get it, man. I really, really hated living like that. So I was just like, I'm gonna do absolutely anything besides meth to feel better, because I promise you, I that's why I don't judge people who do drugs, because so many people tell me they do, and I'm just like, bro, like if I did any drug when I was depressed, hooked in a second. I'd have been forever for, like, bro, I don't think, nah, like, I wouldn't focus on getting better. I would just focus on the drug, so I don't judge those people. That's what I do think. I think a lot of them are fucking sad and depressed because shit, life sucks. Like I was saying a while ago, and taking drugs, this is just a object. This is just a observation. Not, no, I'm not judging, but it's easier, and it is, like, you can't argue that it is easier to do drugs than to explore all your traumas and why you are the way you are. That's hard. It takes a long time. That's why people, spend years at therapy, and sometimes that doesn't even help, you know but it all starts with, do you want help? Do you want to be better? What do you want? What do you want? Ask yourself, what do you want? I can't tell you what you want. I can encourage you all day to be better, but I can't make you. I don't know you. I would love for you to be better, only because I promise you, man, and or girl, it makes your life better. Your life is better. And I don't think people would argue against that, because you're learning how to make your life better in your own way. And that becomes, in my opinion, not happier, but more peaceful, because peace lasts. Happiness goes away, it fades. Peace is there in the midst of all the chaos and horrid and all the horrible stuff. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss. Horrible stuff that just goes on in our world because it just sucks. I get it. But I don't believe that. I just I get other people believe it. I don't think that anymore. Because when I did believe that the world sucked, that's all I could see. But now that I view the world that is beautiful, I can see his beauty. Not all the time. I'm not perfect. But damn, I'm like I don't know. It's just great, you know? It's just so cool and I love talking about it. Not being not I love talking about philosophy, but in the sense of not like I mean, yeah, there are those days where, debating and the hard talks need to be talked about. You have to talk about the hard talks. The same way I just encourage that we have to have those deep talks within ourselves. Like Jordan Peterson says, in his 12 rules for life, he says, don't hide things in the fog. And I've learned not to do that because when you can say how you feel when it's not feelings, but it's like your feelings aren't even like they're not even feelings, bro. They're facts. You're just saying facts, you know? You learn how to not argue your feelings. You argue facts. And to a certain extent, yes, your feelings are not the facts, but you're arguing how your feelings are factual more than being like, I just feel this way. No, you're explaining what made you feel this way, why you feel that way, and how they could possibly not make you feel that way, or we need to try to change something. So, like, let's just talk about why I feel this way. Do you want me to feel this way? No, they might not want you to feel that way, you know? Because sometimes, like I was saying a while ago, don't take things personal, but to a certain extent, it's hard. It's hard when it's coming from your parents or someone you're supposed to like, someone you really love. Do you do take in a you do care about what they think of you because it's supposed to matter to you, you know? I'm not saying, you can be like fuck everybody, but you can be. I don't know. It's all up to you. If that makes you happy, if that's what makes you accomplish your dreams and your goals, I'm sorry, I have to say this, and then you're not harming anyone, then good, good, okay? Because, but that's hard. So I really do hope I'm gonna go ahead and try to end it. I'm gonna talk about some plans. Not, I know nobody's watching, so I know it's not really. I don't think it's gonna be considered bragging. It's not bragging because nobody watches my videos, but it's just trying to like, I guess, brainstorm. Green Needle. I don't know if y'all have seen that video, but so anyways, I'm gonna be moving into my spare bedroom, and not me like where I sleep, my podcast into my spare bedroom where I will have now 2 mics and I plan on having guests. Yeah. So, y'all have a great day. I'm excited to see y'all in the future. Goodbye. Oh, I said that way too early. Okay, and I will see y'all in the future. Goodbye.